Good morning and welcome in, everybody. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and we're going to go over the charts for about 10 minutes. I was going to try to do a live, but YouTube is not letting me, and I have a travel day today, so I just got back from the gym, and I've got to travel today at 12 o'clock, so I've got to get through this. I don't have time to mess with YouTube's nonsense. So, ideally here, and let me do the intro, but ideally here, we're going to look to see the scenarios in two ways. One, if XRP holds this back test of all-time highs, where the next move is, likely over $4, and where it could end up. Where we could end up on a breakdown. We'll take a look at XDC as it's up another 5.69% today, which is phenomenal, up over 9 cents. I'm looking at, so here's the deal with our group trades. I closed them because it was looking a little bearish. So it wasn't much of a profit, but between the three, there was like $70 profit. But I'm looking at, for reasons that you may not understand, I am looking at my own personal agenda, which means if we're doing personal bags, there's going to be a little bit of a change because I have to go with what I cannot live without if I'm going to do it in the group trades because it'll cut into other things. So as painful as this is, and it's going to be painful, what I am bargaining with right now is for when I can see the proper entry for us, and it might be closer than I think. I wanted to see, because I think what's happening is we're going to back test here with some of these, and we have a looming golden cross in the daily. I think IOTA is going to come down to like 20 cents, and it's going to try to back test this. I think the rest of the market's, lining up in a similar fashion, but XDC, be careful if you're looking to sell. It hasn't finished this move yet. We measured it out yesterday, at least a micro movement, and this might not stop here, but it would be up to 9.7 cents. So if you're thinking about selling, I would hold off on that. We had a few overzealous sellers this morning, as we can see. Helped us dump down to the 20-day and the 30-minute, held it twice. Now if we pop out of here, our next step would be about a 7% move to 9.7 cents. If it breaks down from here, as I gave two looks for the Telegram, first, we would test to see if we could hold the 20-day and the 30-minute. We have twice, which is starting to help solidify this little topping, back test, and now to facilitate a push out. Now, if it plays out, we don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And then the second drop that could happen would be in the 2-hour time frame if this, for whatever reason, rolls over. And then you could retest down here. The only thing is we bounce off the pattern breakout. And now it looks like we should come up and finish this pattern. If there's a little more red across the market, it could help our cause because it's kind of opposite. I seen a lot of topping parts of patterns last night in the live, which pissed a few people off. But I said, listen, this could be a red weekend depending on how this plays out. Because in the daily, it was teasing, somewhat of a reversal here. So now we have to see if this, in fact, does come down. I would not be surprised to see across the market with these ones that have already moved up like this, a nice 18 to 20% drop to back test the golden cross in the daily. It makes sense. And the reason why we don't have to worry about it just yet with XDC is because it hasn't got there yet. That's it. It's the bottom line. Or it's already gotten there, I should say. When it came down here, XDC's already come down and held this, and now it's powering out of here. So it's so weird because it seems like XDC has already done this little drop point. And now the rest of the market's trying to catch up. Like, that's the funny part. XDC's miles behind XRP as far as the entirety of the pattern. But it seems to be a step ahead of the whole market on these back tests here of this daily golden cross. That's why I'm not willing to get rid of it. If it comes down, it comes down. I'll just insert more. But that's really what I'm looking at. I'm having a very hard time here, too, with IOTA. Because I told myself, you see the golden cross here, so wait for it to come back down here for a retest. And if this does this, the reason I cleared up capital on copy trade is you will be sitting in this with me with IOTA if it comes down here. Like, my gut was not right because I didn't have IOTA. I didn't have V-Chain in the copy trade. I went with File and Theta, which I love. But from a copy trading perspective and my own personal agenda, I think IOTA, V-Chain have to be in there. There can't even be a debate. They both have to be in there. And then if you tap the trifecta, you would want to add, because of what it does, Alchemy paying with our group as well. So that's what I'm trying to build. But I also am not oblivious. I seen the reversal starting yesterday. I seen a reversal up starting again and continuing yesterday for XDC. But I see these movements. ACH has not even broken out yet in the daily. But what it looks like is, and I told my Telegram this morning, there's a lot of value in being in the Telegram. If you want to be in the Telegram, go on YouTube to the members only section. You have to join Tom's Army. You go into the members only section, and then under memberships, you're going to see in the post, it'll be membership post. That link right there is for members only. You can join the Telegram. We have over 430 members, so we had to put some security in place. And I'm not saying you have to do a reoccurring membership, but for 1 month, and you probably should do reoccurring to pay it forward, but at least 1 month to get you in there so we have a security check. Because we had a lot of people trying to spam people, pretending to be XRP Future Millionaire and trying to spam our hardworking community out of their hard-earned money, and I will not tolerate it. We've created a lot of different departments in our Telegram to deal with this. And if you're here, there's resource centers. You can go to the step-by-step copy trade if you're looking to join that, but you've got to click through the link of BitUnix and then join our Telegram. General chat, you've got content links for my content group swing trades, trading daily setups. We've got the Big House Community Free Press that'll be starting, so it'll be news and notes. We've got a lot of security center for red flag zone. We've had a lot of flagging, a lot of people trying to scam us. So we had to create another development or another opportunity in a different area to report. So now that's the regulation. You have to be part of Tom's Army to at least get in for the first month. So we have a security verification. Too many members were trying to be scammed on, and some people actually were scammed, which is a damn shame. We're working too damn hard to be scammed by losers. So we just have to have security protocols in place. So now XRP. Because I'm going to go here in about 3-4 minutes because I got stuff to do. My son wanted to go outside, so we're going to go hang out for a little bit. XRP, as I talked about yesterday, and I got a lot of, I wouldn't say negativity, but a lot of people were not happy with my assertion that this could be a broadening wedge that developed here now. And that's the second hit, which means we could either rotate and backtest 250, maybe rotate to $3 if this was bearish, come back down to the 250 gap or even the $1.50 gap. So, and if it's a broadening wedge, which I believe it's shown us it is a broadening wedge as of now. It could come all the way back down, or it could, it could come back here to this, what is going on here? Delete this. It could come back and retest even in here, and that would make sense for the 250. See that? So if we've created a little channel here within a broadening wedge, this would be an absolutely perfect sniper spot to watch it and say, I'm not going to get caught up in the moment right now. I missed out on XRP for this point. But now let's see. Are we going to drive out of here and bounce off of 340, which is very possible? Or is the market in for a little bit of a correction, which is also very possible? The only good news is Ethereum's not quite showing signs of the exact breakdown, but there are spots it's going to have to hit. We haven't come up to that $4,000 area, which is good. It just depends on which side of the rotation this is on right now. So I'm looking at this very, very closely. I'm very heavily invested in XDC to the tune of like 260,000 tokens or whatever. I'm looking to get about 20,000 tokens of IOTA for the group trade, but not until I can see, because it's dangerous right now. I want to see if this is in fact going to come down, and I want to see in fact if this is going to retest where the golden cross is looming right now, because I think that would be the perfect snipe area, and it gives us a little bit of time too to see if this is going to play out. Maybe it does go straight up, and it doesn't drop down by this 10 or 12%, but it gives us time to evaluate this market, because it's dropped a little bit here, and I see reversal. So is Alchemy Pay going to come back here like I was talking about to the Telegram and actually come down and bounce off of an area like right here maybe? And be bouncing off of 208, ultimately. And then is that where we bounce out? Because that's a definite reversal in the daily. Now it could shoot back up with some volume, but that is a long leg doji in the daily, and those are technically bearish reversals, at least in the micro. And it would make a lot of sense even for File to come back. Well, maybe not File because it hasn't pushed all the way up. But a lot of these, well, I guess it does though. If the market's doing that, that's the point. It's going to be overzealous drops on a thinly traded weekend. This is what I was worried about yesterday. That we would start out like this and then it could bring some uncomfortability starting on Saturday. So we'll just have to make the best decision possible. I'm going to be watching this like a hawk. I'm not telling you to sell any of your stuff. I'm just telling you, one, never take out leverage in this kind of a market. Two, seek out opportunity, but make it make sense. If the market rallies up and IOTA goes up and it gives me validation to buy a little bit higher, I have no problem with that either. I just want to make sure that if it does come down, that we're giving ourselves the best opportunity to succeed. I want to make sure if you're watching XRP, you understand the possibilities here. And a correction is very possible. But there's also the opportunity to bounce off 340 here and rally up to like $3.70 to $4. So there's a lot to watch. I'm XRP Future Millionaire. I've got to go. I'm cutting it thin. I wanted to do a live this morning, but YouTube had other ideas. So have a blessed one. Make sure you join the team of Tom's Army and join the over 400 members in the Telegram. And also make sure you look at BitUnix in the video description below and our pinned comments so that you can trade with the lowest spot and leverage trading fees that I have found.